Sounds like Worcester on Stratford Road. Stratford Road carries this moderated service policy regulation of service of the administration office carrying the COVID authorization of service at a president primary election. Now we're at the Bob Briggs Attorney General's office. Attorney Policy Regulation of Service of the Administration Office. Picking out a Mercedes-Benz. Now we look at the Rover Mercedes-Benz 2025, upcoming 2026, and also a CIMARON Mercedes, and then also a Dray Mercedes at Clearwater. URL video confirmation verification for the F-47 stealth fighter jet. It's able to go to war command it, has drones, unmanned drones that fly with the commandant of the F-47 stealth fighter, F-47 fighter jet stealth bomber, the F-22 Raptor, and also the F-35 Lightning stealth fighter, flying over the Blue Bridge of the mighty Columbia River at the Columbia Boat Race. The mighty Columbia River, called hydro plane races. The mighty Columbia River at the Blue Bridge. Now this is on the video URL. Confirmation verification from FedEx US information from Bob Ferguson. Also, the Attorney General Office on video URL information. Mercedes-Benz Clearwater, and also the Benton County Justice Department, which is the Board of Governors, Bob Ferguson, Teresa Salo, Administrative Support System, Sarah McLean, and also the Service and Policy Regulation Service, Brian. Property Estates and Services, Bob Ferguson, Attorney General's Office, Department of Licensed Business Division, Mr. J is the Governor, Steve Hobbs, Secretary of State, Marcus J. Glassman, Department of Services of the Department of License, Mark J. Inslee, Governor, Bob Ferguson, Attorney General, Policy Regulation at the Administration Office, carrying the executive order. The F-47 the stealth fighter jet, F-22, and the F-35 Lightning stealth fighter jet, has a war campaign, and it's introduced on March 22nd, March 21st, and March 25th and 26th, which we gave these documents to Bob Ferguson's Attorney General's office. The purchase and transactions and the transactions of Hapo Credit Union. Now, Hapo Credit Union has this logo, and the Administration Office of Benton County Justice Department says Hapo Credit Union. Now, Hapo Credit Union here in Kennewick, Washington, and Kennewick, Washington has a Hapo Credit Union for the flying the F-35 Lightning Raptor 22, the Raptor 22 and F-35 stealth bomber fighter jet Lightning, and the F-22 Raptor over the mighty Columbia River, the boat race weekend, and on also the services of the mighty Columbia River and Kennewick, Washington, and the hydroplane races. Congra, Lamb Weston, Wash Potato, Stone and Connor, providing services for the policy regulation of Lamb Weston, Congra, beer gardens, and also the policy regulation of winery gardens, and the policy regulation of the final heat, and also the service policy of the flying, the Raptor F-22 and the Raptor F-35 Lightning over the mighty Columbia River, and also the F-47 fighter stealth jet. Now, ConocoPhillips has this policy regulation of services, bringing testimony to raise services. President of the United States of America, 47 President of the United States of America. Now, Bob Ferguson, Attorney General, policy regulation, authorizing Washington State Governor COVID stupid authorized special primary election, Donald J. Trump. And the policy regulation of services in Pennsylvania, Butler County, and also the assassination of July 13, 2024, done at John Luke McKinnon's office, and you are all video confirmation. Inside the office, as outside the office, and taking the tree down by the most powerful chase on the boat, and 105 East Hamlet. Sean Logan, Jim Logan, at High Street Insurance Company, and his residence, Olympia Street, which is Jim Logan and Betty Logan. Video confirmation of before and after his surgery, Sean Logan. He had to go to Richmond to have it done. Professional. So, Mr. Donald J. Trump, his photo and his photograph, and Mr. Jim Logan, his photo and his photograph, and Sean Logan, Jim Logan, Martin Logan, Andrew Logan, and also the service of policy of 1005 East Hamlet, how they burned the house down, the Chevron gas station down, the CIMARON5, the West Side Pizza, the emblems policy regulation service, what is service of also the brick that was thrown into the law firm, and all the bulletproof glass at Bob Ferguson's office at 8131 Social Security and Natural Bank Company, and the Clifton, and also Eric D. Olson Properties, family homes, improving, putting bulletproof glass through the modifying, installing Microsoft company, Mr. USS Donald Trump, Melania Trump, Ivanka Trump, Eric Trump, Tiffany Trump, and also Donald Trump Jr. This is USS Donald Trump. War campaign for the 47th F-47 fighter stealth jet that's been authorized by the Navy, the Air Force, and also the Service and Policy Regulation Search for Pentagon. Boeing, the E-400 Doomsday, born October 21st, 10:41 a.m. at Richmond Cadillac Hospital, bringing authorization to service presidential primary election. Nebraska USS Nebraska USS Doomsday, and also the service of Air Force One, modified here at Most Lake, Washington, Larson Air Force Base and Army Base. Authorized by the President of the United States of America, authorizing the President of Primary Department of Defense, Mr. Norman J. Mattis, and Mr. Washington Prosecutor Andy Miller, and Mr. Eric Carla McKinnon, John Luke McKinnon, 509-765-4451, fax 509-765-68, Washington Bar Association is 13294. Now we got the Oval House, White House, policy regulation and information about fax machine, authorizing special policy regulation of service in presidential primary election. You know, drill, baby, drill, and drill policy regulation of the McKinnon Law Firm at 509. Had a ConocoPhillips with the business season policy regulation, Mr. Ivanka Trump, and Donald J. Trump, the 45th President of the United States, is the White House, Oval House, policy regulation of the President of the United States, George Washington, number 42. Now the Brady Courthouse at 35 C Street Northwest, which is George Washington House, number 42 C Street Northwest, Pizza Hut, and also don't forget Time Out Pizza, delivered pizza to the George Washington House, and also Mr. Sackman Law Firm, and also policy regulation of the Library, and the policy regulation authorizing special primary elections that fax from a Bach and, of course, Donald J. Trump. This is the first increase of services of policy regulation of a newborn child, Kaylin C. Trump, and the service of policy of newborns, and also the service of policy of youngsters of the Trump administration on the White House on the floor, crawling as a child. The 50th First Lady of the United States of America, Melania Trump, carrying the authorizing personal society of authorizing personal of the executive order of the 47th F-47 fire combatant fighting ISIS Taliban members, and also ISIS, and also the service of Caliphate, and the policy of Taliban leaders, and policy regulation of also the war campaign that's authorized at personal and business society of the 5 borders, 5 states, the 7 continents, and also the service of Arizona, Texas, and also the policy and regulation service of war campaign and terrorist attacks, and all service of policy regulation and service authorizing by the F-47 fighter stealth jet authorized by the tariffs that's been embedded in the policy, regulation, and services administration office during the presidential primary election. And the President of the United States of America, 47th President, Donald J. Trump, and applying those executive orders and policy, regulation, and services by the President of the United States of America and signing. Because Mr. Donald J. Trump and Mr. Bill Gates formally bringing testimony and raised service of family portraits and service of Halen C. Trump, Eric Trump, Lord Trump, Donald J. Trump, and also the policy regulating Melania Trump and Donald J. Trump and Donald Trump Jr., Eric Trump, and also Laura Trump, and the policy regulating the youngest Canada Administration Officer, C.J. Trump, and policy regulation Donald Trump Jr., and also policy regulation Melania Trump and Donald Trump, and about the policy regulation Donald J. Trump, and policy regulation Bill Gates, William H. Gates, Bill Gates, policy regulation services. Authorizing that presidential primary election by a minority of vote. Policy, regulation, and services. So presidential primary election being feedback by Bill Gates. Now Bill Gates is bought out Apple. Bought Apple, brought testimony at 1835 73rd Avenue, and the policy, regulation, and services of bringing policy, regulation, and services at a law firm at 704 South Most Lake, Washington. Hearing a presidential primary election and bringing was testimony of the transport of John Lake Hazen McKinnon. This is his driver's license, CDO requirements as Washington Bar Association, carrying with the authorization of personal society of a law firm, 509-765-4451. Now, transporting fuels relative to Bill Gates' mansion, 1837 73rd Avenue, Medina, King County, policy regulation of Bob Ferguson's office. We're taking this information to the Mercedes-Benz Company and policy regulation on the showroom floor at Clearwater and Apple Credit Union, and also the service policy at Bob Ferguson Attorney General's office, Natural Propane Company, policy regulating business license. He's of course 6'1", 250 pounds, brown eyes, male, John Hazen McKinnon, at 704 South Most Lake, Washington. We got a business license. Procured that by Marcus J. Glassbridge Department License Department, and Mr. Teresa Brixton, and also Teresa Saylor, and also the Sarah McLean, and also policy regulation and service 704 South John Luke McKinnon, McKinnon Law Firm. McKinnon Law Firm at 509-765-4451, fax 509-765-1619. Applying the COVID authorization personal CIMARON5INC, UBI number 602-720-979. John Lou McKinnon, Carla Hazen McKinnon, Carla McKinnon, and Mr. John Hazen McKinnon, 704 South Most Lake, Washington. The Washington Farm Bill is 4011314. That's 4011314A. Washington Farm Bill and policy at CIMARON5INC attached to McKinnon Law Firm at 70. And Benton County Justice, Mr. Andy Miller, Norman J. Mann, Andy at Miller, CO, Benton, Washington, U.S. 509-735-35915, fax 509-736-3066. talking about drilling and replacing policy, regulation, and services. This administration office carries a security order. It's a full automatic charge CPR SAR, has a full automatic backup 3-year warranty for all drilling components and accessories, drilling and also steel component services, and taking tires and also galvanized policy, regulation, steel, titanium, and also galvanized plasma torch, and also TIG welding, and the TIG equipment policy regulation of a oil company here in Washington County, reporting shipping millions upon millions and millions of gallons of fuel on tariffs. This has a full automatic series policy regulation, has a direct impact power drive, has a 20-volt brushless services and policy regulation authorized by the Joy store in Columbia Center Boulevard called Red Lion. The modifications of transporting Mercedes-Benz by truck and Corvettes at Red Lion, and having the direct deposit from Donald J. Trump himself, carrying the authorization of treating and drilling and modifying the policy regulation of doorway policy regulation United States Army Base, Larson Air Force Base, Doomsday Air Force One, Doomsday policy regulation of this birth certificate, 10:41 a.m., born at Richland Cadillac Hospital, Texas, 32 years, Nebraska, 30 years, Roberta Violet Hernandez, Mr. Manuel Barela, Juan Barela, 32, this, which is Air Force Doomsday, Air Force One, Doomsday, the policy regulation of this birth certificate, issued at Bencat Justice Department, policy regulation and services. To access the policy regulation and direct policy regulation of the implemented president primary election by the logical son, passage in the policy regulation of deterrence at the federal court building in Richland, Washington, at 825 Kennedy Building, federal courthouse, to a higher court system. And we're putting Mr. Brian and Mrs. Sarah McLean, and also the policy regulation of Teresa Salo on YouTube URL. This direct impact policy regulation of services, warranty attachments, installments of the July 13, 2024 purchase. This was purchased. Is the assassination policy regulation of overriding the personal policy regulation of personal income to society of direct policy regulating deposit EFT transaction. Social Security Office, and also the Bar Associate, Bob Frick's Attorney General's Office. It's come July. Now the ExxonMobil company carrying authorization for the Society of High Impact and Warranty Policy Regulation of the authorization by the President of the United States of America, carrying the President primary election blocking and service, and carrying authorization and personal income society of submitting and authorizing a personal business license, which is a business license authorized by personal FedEx, UPS, FedEx confirmation signature by global UPS confirmation to service and the wingspan, and also ground delivery package confirmation signature verification. A 704 South Most Lake Vitamin Ken Law. The URL infant video confirmation verification, and also the active information fax confirmation of a fax machine purchased at Aaron Drive in Richland, Washington. We got the Attorney General policy regulation of the titles and services implied embedded here live.